And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Cain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
So you can see there's a little bit of a bug in that cutscene, which is that the characters are just close enough together for the auto face to be able to activate during the cutscene. And I kept exploiting it for no apparent reason other than I think it's really funny to see them.
And by avoiding my vengeance, that means forgot to put in.
Right, exactly. He wasn't truly forgot. It was just more like, hey, guys, we gotta get this game out. Okay, fine, cut that guy. No one cares.
Yeah. No, well, no one would know the difference.
True. Turel is actually pretty hard. Again, hard is a very subjective word when you can't die. Really, he just takes a lot of hits and wastes a lot of your time.
Which turns it from hard to tedious.
Yeah, basically it's trying to chip down a rock with a toothpick. Nope, no soul.
Well, you would have gotten it, but the cutscene was interrupted. It was interrupted by a cutscene of the door opening, just like in Soul Reaver, just like in Soul Reaver 1. It all comes full circle.
Oh, and you can hear the sound of me trying to activate the Reaver, just to show you guys that you can't.
I think he'd open the door with his non-sword hand.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Not only is Raziel the hardest enemy in the game, he's also a dick.
Oddly enough, nothing has changed in 1,000 years.
I love that apparently I am quip.
Yeah.
See, he still is a dick.
I never picked up on that until now.
So, I talk strategy here, but there's no strategy.
Yeah. The strategy is dance around him and keep beating on him until he falls over.
There's a couple combos you can use here. I found that if you do 2 heavy strikes and then start attacking, on one of the final strikes you'll hit him in the middle of one of his attack animations. But that doesn't help you any. That's interesting, I guess, but it really doesn't matter.
It's not like it hurts none anyway.
Yeah, it's such a shame too, because this would be an amazing end boss if, you know, it mattered.
Yeah. If they just tune down the difficulty just a little and let you get hurt.
Oh, and this is me repositioning him simply due to the fact that he likes to get stuck behind pillars, and it's really hard to see what the hell's going on. This is a bad room for this fight.
That's ironic, because Raziel's been chasing after the pillars since Soul Reaver 1.
Ah, zing.
You know, I can't help but find it appropriate to be playing that song by, what is it, Eve 6? My Own Worst Enemy.
I'm not even going to pretend that I know that song.
I'm not going to sing it, I won't subject you to it.
No, for the love of God, please do not sing it. I know you're at that point of tired, but just don't do it. There's something incredibly, like, sexual about this. It's a man fighting himself with swords. It's awful.
Question is it homicide or suicide?
I renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me. I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twinned soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything. Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel. Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox. My God. The Hilden! We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead. But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. and I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.